Hey everyone, as you can see, I've got a couple of packages laying on the counter here for you. This one is from Late Night Lockpicker, and I'm not afraid to show the address on this one because that is actually my P.O. box. That is the street name version of my P.O. box that I put in the description of every video. So if anybody has an issue or can't send something to a P.O. box, then they can always send it to 1265 North Main Street, Franklin, Indiana, Unit 271. That will put it right in my P.O. box for you guys. And the second package here, this one is from Apache Locksport. So, I've got some pretty good packages of awesome sitting on my desk. And I'm pretty excited to get in either one, but Apache, I'm going to have to set yours off to the side and do yours in my next video. Which hopefully I'll get both of these out tonight. So, Late Night Lockpicker. Worked out a trade with them and wound up trading some good stuff, sent them a couple of picks, and, well, let's see what he sent. Okay, I probably should have been a little bit more careful with that. I scored the bag just a little bit. But, little carry bag. Plumb full of locks. Alright. So, let's see what Late Night Lockpicker stuck in here. I've got a Schlage style generic. I've pinned up a lot of these into challenge locks. I think 13 of these got turned into challenge locks, and I numbered 12 of them. This will be another one because these make fun little challenge locks, little 5-pinners. Awesome. Then I've got one that looks like he's turned into a challenge lock. Okay. It says LN's been maybe I don't know, maybe he tried to stamp that and it gave way too much. But pinned by Late Night Lockpicker, a completely mummied key, but from what I could tell it's probably a 5-pinner. Should be a pretty fun lock to get into. And this is really cool. I've never picked any of his challenge locks, and he said he'd get several made up for me, and I'm pretty happy for that. So I've got another one from him, and this one is a quick set style, and it does have LNLP stamped on the front, pinned by Late Night Lockpicker. This one doesn't have a key, but from the top it looks like a 5-pinner. And it also looks like maybe he got into that somehow and, I don't know, soldered the top and then filed it off. I don't know. We'll have to see. And another challenge lock. I'm liking these challenge locks, folks. Another quick set style. No key, but no big deal there. Pinned by Late Night Lockpicker. Very, very cool. Okay, and what in the world? I got a little peanut here, guys. It's got a kind of a weird tailpiece on it here, and it's a Yale style, but I can't imagine that's any more than 4 pins. It doesn't say that it's a challenge lock, but if it's not, that ought to make a fun little 4-pin challenge lock. I've only made one 4-pin challenge lock so far, and that might make me my second. And a little rock padlock. Looks just like those little wolf dog padlocks. I don't have one laying out right here to compare it to. But real thin shackle, little brass body, tiny keyway. And yeah, probably just a 3-pinner. But should be pretty easy to get into, and hell, padlocks are padlocks, right? We all love picking padlocks, and I'm no exception to that. Another challenge lock made by Late Night Lock Picker. This one's a wiser keyway because it's wider than a quick set, but pinned by Late Night Lock Picker. Very cool stuff. I have a feeling that I'll probably be picking a challenge lock out of the package, which is something I don't do terribly often. This is another cool one here. A little lever lock. I've never picked a lever lock before. To be honest, I've never actually attempted to pick one before, so maybe this one will make it on video one day as my first attempt at a lever lock. But we'll see. It's really cool. Champion 6 lever. Man, Late Night Lock Picker, you sure have hooked me up here. I've got another Yale here, and this one is challenge lock, pinned by a Late Night Lock Picker. Don't turn 180 degrees, and I immediately see why. All of these are open right here, so if I turned it 180 degrees, I'll dump those key pins. He engraved it, and this one looks like a 5-pinner Yale, and also looks like maybe he got into the top here and brazed it back. I'm not 100% sure. That should be another fun challenge lock. And what is this? This looks like some sort of automotive lock or key ignition to something. But it looks just like a little wafer lock, so probably should be able to get into that without too much trouble. Wafer locks, as you guys know, I love seeing wafer locks. I love picking wafer locks. They're always fun. They're never all that difficult, but they are always fun. And I believe this is an ignition switch since it goes 3 ways. But it's either for, I wouldn't say that's for a motorcycle, but it could be for like a 4-wheeler or something maybe. Or a boat. I'm not sure. Probably not for a boat unless it has a choke on the throttle. Huh. Pretty cool stuff. And I've got another lock here. This is a quick set. It doesn't say anything that a challenge, but as you can see, it is one of those quick set rekeyable. Smart key. So these smart keys are sometimes devilish to pick, but I have done it. I've raked one. I haven't successfully single pin picked one, but I haven't spent a whole lot of time trying to do that either. So maybe I don't know, could be fun. And last but not least, we've got this cylinder here. And I instantly love the key. Let me see your horns, everyone. Come on. It's a little bit of a challenge lock bitting. And this one's also pinned by Late Night Lock Picker. And it is Mint Craft. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and pick that one on camera. I want to give that one a try. I like the key. Let me go ahead and put these back in the bag so I know who they are from. So, if I do go ahead and fail on my attempt at picking this lock, everybody stay safe, don't do anything illegal, and thank you to Late Night Lock Picker. But I am hopeful. Let's go ahead and get that adjusted. And let me scoot my squeaky chair up here. Since this one is a fairly wide open quick set style keyway, I'm going to use one of my homemade picks. I've used this one quite a bit. As you can tell, the handle's actually getting pretty dirty. So it should work. And this is a fairly sturdy, deep hook. So this hook I can generally go in with some pretty strong tension and bust into a lock pretty quickly. Got a couple clicks out of the back there. A couple clicks from one, click from two. That was a click from four. There's a click from five. And everything went springy, so I think I just overset pin 4. So I've done my preliminary exploring with that pick, so let me switch up to something that might be a little bit more useful. Yeah, 5 is the first binder. Okay, got a few clicks from 5. That was a click from 2 and then a click from 1. Okay, so back to the front again. Okay, another little click from 1, nothing on 2, nothing on 3, nothing on 4, and nothing on 5. There we go. I'm getting some movement now. I thought I had overset something pretty badly, but now it's acting like I didn't. Five is bound solid, 4 is bound solid. A little counter rotation on 3. I got a click. Now he's bound. There's 2. Put me into a little bit deeper false set. Nothing on 1. Nothing on 2. Nothing on 3. And we're open off of 4. Alright. That was a fun little lock. So let's get this guy out and we will christen my new tray. I wonder if that little black tool will fit in there. And it won't, so I'll have to do this the old-fashioned way. Alright, there's our cap, there's our pin, and there's our little spring. And it would be helpful if I grabbed the right follower while I was in there. Alright, we'll go with this one. Okay, we'll go ahead and look at the key pins, and they are in and working, and they're all nice and short there, so got to pick them all up the full distance. And they are all your standard tapered quick set style pins. Pin 1 is a standard, 2 is a standard, 3 is a standard, 4 is a standard, and 5 is a standard. Looking at the plug, you can see that 1, 3, and 5 are all serrated. And those are some pretty nice sharp serrations. You must have used a brand new tap to thread that one. Okay. Grab my pin and tweezers. And let's see here. I've got a serrated pin for 1, and it looks like a factory serrated with a steel spring. That looks like a factory spool with a steel spring. Then another factory serrated with a copper spring. This time we've got a homemade pin. This is a homemade T-pin, I think, or that could be a factory T-pin. Yeah, that might be a factory T-pin. That one's got a steel spring. And let's go ahead and look at number 5. Number 5 is also another serrated, and it's got a steel spring. Okay, let me look at the top and see if he did anything to the top. I don't see any threads in there. So, yeah, he would have had to remove those to get to that. So, pretty fun lock. Looks like he used a lot of factory security pins, which definitely makes it more difficult to pick, especially when you correspond to the serrated pins with the threads in the plug here. So pretty nice work. Thanks for sending me this one there, Late Night Lock Picker. I really appreciate it. And thanks for all of those locks. I'm going to have quite a bit of fun picking your stuff, as I do when I pick a lot of locks. But still, it was a real pleasure to get these. So everyone, please stay safe. And as always, don't do anything illegal.